That'll work.
So what do you want to talk about on this St. Patty's Day?
Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
Well,
The green machine.
I'm not entering a cannabis cup.
You're not?
No,
What happened?
can't.
Why?
You have to have a license. You have to be licensed by the state. You can't just be a caregiver trying to do it.
Oh,
So
that doesn't seem fair. That does not seem fair. What's the difference? You understand what I'm saying? A grower is a grower. It's legal now, so that doesn't make any sense.
no, the People's Choice have always been big dispensary, like the People's Choice, because you know, like the original cannabis cups and
Amsterdam?
Yeah.
What about them?
there was always the regular cups, the indica cup, the sativa, and the hybrid.
Yeah.
But the actual Amsterdam cup, was the store cup, was
Okay.
a cup where you brought as much weed as you could and you gave it to the public, and the public chose who won that.
Right.
Same concept. The reason why is no caregiver is going to be able to keep up with demand that High Times is going to have for the product that they're going to grow. Because they're going to have multiple, they're going to guarantee just shipping, they're going to guarantee that they'll sell the product in your store. And it's a cannabis cup winner, so they're going to assume there's going to be demand. Right? Across
Yeah,
the
but
whole state.
you're shutting out so many people, man. That's a shame.
Well,
And see, it's easier to fix it when it's small. It's a lot easier to fix.
it's not small though. That's what you're not understanding. It's not a small turnout. There's still going to be at least, I bet you, when we do the samples for the judging kit, I bet you we still get 30, 40 kids.
Okay.
Because it doesn't cost anything for a company that has a concentrate.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
their
yeah.
concentrate, they have their pen and their weed. It doesn't cost you anything to enter it. It just costs you the product.
Yeah.
And you're just going to, do what
You got plenty of product.
Uh-huh. You know they do. They're always bitching at the caregivers and making it so they can't sell the shit. Brady Trip. We should start a similar competition for all.
Uh-huh.
Well,
For real.
hold on. I have a good piece.
Do your thing.
Okay, so since I couldn't enter that, I ended up entering the Hash Bash Cup. That only required 2 ounces.
Oh, okay.
$2 and like $300. Way cheaper. So I entered that
Cool.
today.
Very good.
I was late, but the guy still let me enter. Because today he's doing up the judging kits and you gotta pass it out. And the way they do it,
You just made it under the wire, huh?
they smoke it and they decide if they like it. There's no like ratings or anything like that.
Okay, I got you.
These guys are like us.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I entered it at the creme in the cup.
De la creme.
Well,
Well, you know, yeah, I know.
I'm gonna call it sorbet 4
Okay.
because that's his name.
Yeah, it would be good to call it its name, wouldn't it? That'd be
This
recommended.
one is April 10th. So I'm gonna
Okay.
enter 7 grams of this. It's only 7 grams, which is this little bit right here. Well, that's more than 7 grams. But
Yeah, a little bit more.
a little bit, but it's like almost a half.
Yeah, these buds do have size to them.
Yeah. The depth. Smell that motherfucker. Look at it. What's up, Braden?
Oh, that's tasty. Oh, that's nice.
Man, I just got fat boyed up.
Who are you talking to just now?
Myself. It was good food though. It was the sausage was probably the worst. Well, the potatoes probably aren't the best.
How they close it? Okay.
I don't for you, but they're better than the sausage. You know, was probably the worst thing I ate there.
Yeah.
The sauerkraut's really good, so that's going to counteract the sausage.
Sauerkraut is good for you.
The broccoli, good fiber. I can't eat it all though because it's pretty bland. It's just like a chunk of broccoli. You can get supporters for your competition fees. Well, that's a lot of work.
Was that a suggestion by somebody?
Yeah, Braden. Facebook. Why is yours up top? It's so weird.
Don't ask me. You don't know nothing about it. I don't know what the hell thing about it. Was that a suggestion by
God
somebody?
damn. Can I roll through this beautiful St. Patty's Day?
That's what I was going to tell you too. I was listening to a couple of our shows, and the volume seemed to be a little bit low on some of them.
Low?
Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, I don't. The problem is I don't have to right now until tomorrow, because unless Rudy wants to trim some shit now.
Trim what?
Some of the crown.
Where is it?
It's in the jars in the room.
I'll trim it.
You can do it right here on TV. Show everybody your trimming skills.
I don't care.
Go grab that shit. Yeah, you can come by. Braden says he hears us fine.
Good.
Oh, he said tomorrow works. He'll come by tomorrow then. You wait till tomorrow. You come back tomorrow anyway, so.
Yeah. I'll be here
Tomorrow I have
tomorrow.
leagues, so I have to call you when I get back from leagues. Hopefully it's warm. Wow, there's 4 people? What the fuck? People must be drunk on St. Patty's Day or something.
4 people, what the fuck?
So I had to drive this shit out there. For one, that's what you saw me doing when you came over.
Right,
I
right. You hooking it up.
I put a piece of aluminum foil, I popped off all the leaves, and it's rough because you get about halfway through and your fingers are just stuck. And I'm not even really touching it, I'm just popping the leaves off.
Maybe, I know. All your stuff is
I
sticky.
mean, look at these scissors.
All your stuff is
I had to
sticky like
split
that.
it up
Mm-hmm.
because it was just getting too sticky.
All your stuff is sticky like that.
I know.
And the ironic part is some of the stickiest stuff is what do you think it is?
What?
What is some of your stickiest stuff? What would you say it would be?
Probably Purple Punch.
Mm-hmm. When I get through handling that, it be thick on my thumb and this finger. It be thick.
I believe it.
I roll it like that and a big old chunk of finger hash falls to the table.
Yeah, I was just ripping it off. I was like, what the fuck?
I take it and I roll a joint, then I sprinkle that finger hash in it. Oh, man. Woo!
That good, huh?
Oh, I'm telling you, man.
You ain't telling me nothing.
I am telling you.
See, the weird thing about this fucking weed, I think that's what it is.
What?
Cut said it today. He goes, it's musk done right.
It's musk done right.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah. There's times when I smoke it and it's better than other times. When I smoke this sometimes, it's like kind of musky and has that weird flavor.
I like that flavor.
I don't like musky. I think musky usually tastes like mold. But there's enough gas to kind of
Yeah, but
cover it.
You got that moldy type, and then you got that sweet type of musky. That's
Yeah.
got sweetness
Well, it's
to
the
it.
fucking-
And that's what that is.
There's points. This thing averages 5 to 0.7 on the myrcene scale so far.
I was going to say,
I just did 4 tests.
Yeah, I was going to say some myrcene in that.
Yeah, there's lots of myrcene.
Yeah, there's lots of myrcene in that. You can taste it.
And that's what the musk is. That's why I integrated it in the indica cup. So it should hit people hard. We'll see though. It's got to be all tested first. Hopefully
We shall see.
Hopefully it passes the test. That'd be horrible if it didn't.
Man, I'm sleeping so much better at night now.
Why?
I know I won't die if I get the coronavirus.
Really?
Yeah.
You're really on that kind of level? You
Yeah.
didn't see Trump.
Man, look.
You saw Trump got it.
Listen. There's a whole lot of people that got it that live, but got long-term problems.
Oh, lots of them, I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was more concerned about than anything else.
Yeah.
That wasn't my fear. I already fed you, mister.
I just didn't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be in the hospital.
I don't want to, it's not even the hospital that bothers me. It's more about being sick afterwards. I don't want to be that dude that can't fucking walk up the stairs.
Get exhausted and
Yeah.
drop the hat. Yeah. And that's a lot of people are having all kind of problems like that.
It's like, I got too many stairs I got to cover, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You know, I'm just getting started as far as I'm concerned. I spent the first 20 years, no, the first 40 years so lost in my head I didn't know what the world was like.
Just keep using that machine in there.
Hold on. Oh yeah, I keep doing it. Every morning, dude.
Just keep don't let your body get stiff. Don't become, what's the word for it, where you don't move around a lot.
Yeah.
And let your body get stiff, because as you get older, if your body is stiff, it'll really fuck.
Well, it's also inflammation too.
It'll really fuck with you, man.
That's why I started trying to do the fasting, because the fasting is, for one, I want to get out of my. I really want to get. I'm 42 years old. I really should not be as addicted to food as I am.
Get into your yoga. Get into the yoga a little bit more. And
Well,
get into
every morning it's
trying to stretch more.
Braden says, I am. Thank you, Rudy, for leading by example with your vaccine game.
Oh.
Because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that won't get it.
Yeah. You know, I'm older, so I went through this before, back in the 60s. You understand, when they had polio vaccines and vaccines for the chicken pox and all of that. So I've been through it before.
Yeah, bitch, you old as fuck. My hand goes, oh my god, you're 42.
So, you
You
know.
can't see the hair? Look at the hair. Like, that's... It's gray.
But you if you told me you were 38, I'd believe you. If you told me you were 35, I'd believe you.
I know. That's because I smoke a lot of weed.
Smoke more.
I'm going to. At some point in the future.
Smoke till you choke.
So, yeah, it's I'm trying to understand, like, I've been trying, and Braden, this is right at you, motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Look at what your family history is and decide whether you want to be that or something else.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to be my grandpa, because I have one grandfather who was skinny, shot himself because he got lung cancer, but he never stopped smoking. So if he had stopped smoking,
He kind of did it to himself.
did it to himself. Yes.
Yeah.
My other grandfather too, Chris's father, same thing. Still smoked 4 packs of cigarettes, drank Coca-Cola up the dick.
Yeah.
And by the time he was in his 60s, he was barely walking, you know, breathing, like heart attack city type motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, Dad is, I don't really know, but I assume he's in decent shape. But he's never put in any fucking work besides the actual work he does for the horses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because working with horses is work.
It is work.
Yeah, working with horses.
It is work. Just grooming them is work.
Yeah, so, and he has to do all the work because my stepmom's fucked. Like, she's all fucking jacked up. So,
that's work, but again, he's not really putting in the effort to exercise. Like, I know in his 40s he didn't exercise ever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't want to be...
Well, did he look like he was in good shape?
No, he looked like me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? His excuse was because he was skinny when I was a kid. Until he got into his mid-30s, he was a skinny dude. Like, skinny, beanpole skinny when he was a kid.
And then he just started gaining weight as he got older?
Yeah, as he got older, naturally he gained weight. And that's what he used to say. It's, oh, this is just age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, no, you drink pop every day. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
pop
and
too.
you don't exercise. And he's in his 60s, and he's fairly healthy, so he's probably going to get to his 80s. Well, I want to get to my hundreds, if possible. So, if I'm going to beat him...
But you want to get to your... Well, you know what? More than likely you will get there.
Great Grandpa Krieger died in his 80s? I thought Grandpa and Grandma Krieger were fucking 90. Great Grandma... The ones that own the store. I thought they were in their 90s. I could have swore they were in their 90s. That's another thing, Mike.
Most people die in their 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, that's 40 years from now. That's another lifetime.
And who knows what kind of medical advancements will be made by then, and you might be able to go out another 50 years.
There's that, and it's just a pure fact of I don't want to be my grandma having emphysema. Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, getting to your 80s is still good. That's not a bad thing. Well,
I mean, how long do you want to live
it's
anyway?
white sugar. Yeah, I know it's. Oh, my hair.
How long do you want to live anyway? I mean,
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't put a time limit on that.
No, what I'm saying is, if I'm in seriously super fucking bad health, I don't know if I want to live.
Oh, I've already pointed.
You see what I'm
out.
saying?
It's
But
already known.
if I'm feeling good, getting around on my own and stuff,
Yeah.
then you want to live a little longer.
Well,
But see, as you get older, things start wearing out on your body.
as I've gotten older, I've also understood time. Like I'm 20 years older than when I was 20 years ago, I didn't imagine, like, there's no, in my head, there is no 40.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen.
Well, when you're that age, you don't think that far ahead anyway.
I did, and I
didn't.
thought I'd be dead.
I didn't.
Like, I constantly did.
When I was in my 20s, I didn't even think about being 40 years old. I'm 20. I'm having a good time. Then when I got about 27 or 28, then I started thinking, I'm almost 30 years old.
Yeah, but Grandma, again, another Grandma Broussard was another person that she didn't take care of her health at all. She drank a lot.
Alcohol?
Yeah. Like, that's not good. That shortens your lifespan.
Oh, yeah, alcohol definitely shortens your lifespan. Without a doubt. That's scientifically proven.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, I don't know, like you said, I just don't want to be 80 and not be able to walk.
Yeah, see, being 80 or 85,
Yeah.
and somebody's got to wipe your ass and all that kind of stuff, I'm ready to go.
My brain's not working.
Later.
Because if I'm the type of person where I wake up, like, amnesia kicks in or dementia or whatever the fuck it kicks in, and I'm all of a sudden one day I'm lucid, and it'd be like, dude, what day is it? And I find out it's been 3 years since I've been lucid. Oh, I'm fucking off myself that minute.
Yeah, it just happened to my cousin. I have a cousin that's about 5 years older than me, and he work and get around down in Virginia, work and get around and everything. And they said last year, one day he went out to town to do something and couldn't remember where he lived at.
You gotta keep rebuilding your brain, dude. It's
remember.
not just doing exercise;
Couldn't
it's about
remember.
mental
He
exercise.
sitting at a red light. Can't remember which way to go.
She did a shot. My great grandma Krieger Kriegers, they didn't smoke and drink, but she did a shot before bed every night to help her sleep.
What they call a nightcap.
Yeah, just a little pop to help you sleep.
A real nightcap.
After a while, you're addicted to it and you need it. But yeah, no, I'm not here to not be here. I've been here my whole life. Since I saw that fucking my brother in my mom's arms.
Okay.
I've been here. I've consciously been here. I've never checked out once while I've been awake. You know what I'm saying? I never let me rephrase that. I did that one time. It's happened one time in my life. I took a whole bar of Xanny. And again, at this time I'm trying to figure out how to deal with my anxiety. Not understanding what anxiety is in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a lot bigger at that time. I'm almost 250 to 280 pounds. So my mental health is like shit. And I thought a Xanny would help me not be anxious so I could go to fucking bars and go do things outside of...
Or without anxiety.
Without the anxiety. Because, like, it was to a point where I felt like in my 20s, anytime there was any chance that I'd be around people that I wanted to impress... Bubble guts. Like, feeling like I gotta fart the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Do you know how annoying that is to have to fart? When you're trying to, like, pick up...
do stuff. Right.
You're trying to be a human. So after a while, I just stopped doing it.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. It becomes a impediment.
At that time, I didn't understand how learning worked. I just kind of assumed that if I wasn't good at it, I shouldn't do it. Because cooking was so natural to me. It was like I got the wrong impression when I was a teenager. Because I thought, because I was acing, like I was doing really well in the cooking classes and I really enjoyed it, and it just kind of comes naturally. It's not really that hard to me. But honestly, cooking's not that hard. Basic stuff.
Right, basic stuff.
Yeah, like being an actual chef is really fucking difficult, and you have to have a palate.
You have to have a palate. You have to know a lot about different
and
things.
I wasn't at that level, but because I was
But you were a good cook.
Being a basic cook,
Yeah, you're a good
I
cook.
thought that you just do things that are easy, and everything else is just hard because you're not good at it. Because that's kind of like, I don't know, it's the whole Michael Jordan syndrome. Like, you don't understand how much, like, no one ever told you how much he worked. There's no documentaries in the 80s or 90s explaining the fact that this dude literally gave up everything in his life to be the dude he was.
Mm-hmm.
He literally didn't see his kids. He worked out all day long. He shot hoops day and night. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't give a shit about sex. Like, I'm assuming he didn't give a fuck about sex. He only cared about winning. So...
No, he cared about sex.
Yeah, but he put the work in to get there.
He put the work in. Yes,
and no one ever talks about that.
He put the work in. And that's why he feels privileged. Because he
I don't
put the
care
work
about his privilege.
Because
it's more about...
Because he put the work in, and everybody should realize that.
Well, it's more about, okay, Michael Jordan started playing basketball when he was a senior in high school. Like, that's the image you had of him.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Michael Jordan didn't know what basketball was, started playing basketball, and then played basketball every day, all day. You know, hit the gym, did all that shit.
A group of guys like that play basketball every day, 3, 4, 5 hours a day, every day.
I bet you Jordan played 8 hours a day.
Every day. And some of them were good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you want to be...
I mean, some of them could have played in the NBA. They were that good. But, you know, they didn't have everything else it took to do it.
Those sports obviously require a skill set, and they also require you to be born in a body that can handle it. Because if you're 5 foot...
No, it's all about...
5'6", the chances of you playing in the NBA are minuscule.
Although there have been a couple of guys.
There have been a couple of guys.
Yeah, but you're right.
But their talent was on a different level.
They were great. players.
Mm-hmm.
Not just good players.
They were great players.
They were great players.
For their size.
Yeah.
Because if they were as tall as everyone else, they'd probably be better than everyone else.
Probably would be.
But because of their height, they were at a disadvantage.
And they had to have more go. They had to have more go within them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would compete with bigger guys.
So I didn't learn until my 30s with disc golf and other things, cannabis, that everything is hard when you start. Nothing is easy at first, and some shit never gets easy. Like
Yeah,
the 10
that's true.
push-ups aren't easy. They suck every morning.
He said they suck every morning.
They do, man. That 10-second push-up is not easy. It's like you sit up for 10, you do 10 push-ups, and then you sit for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then 10 seconds to go down, and then sit for another 10. It's like 40-second
Yeah.
plank. And I dread it every day.
You're funny.
But I'm hoping in a year, it'll be cakewalk.
It'll be less than that.
You know what I'm saying? That's the plan, because I've seen how... Because I know how my life works now. I know how the growth has happened, especially since I've started... In my last 2 years, since I've started the meditation every day, I know the difference in myself. I wouldn't have been able to handle her if I was the person I was 10 years
Before.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So
She'd have drove me... I'm
Bonkers.
too much of a pleaser.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a pleaser. I'm a person that has to be... I had to... Like, the minute... Then it's my problem. And my self-confidence would just...
Yeah.
And once the confidence gone, you're fucked. But now I don't have that problem because I don't lose my confidence.
Because you don't go there.
Yeah, I don't go there because I know it's not true.
Exactly. You saw through that curtain.
Well, I also learned that my thoughts aren't real. Hearing some people say that for the first time in the last couple of years has helped. Because when you sit in meditation every day, you see how unreal your thoughts are.
Some of your thoughts.
No, all of them.
All of them. All of them?
All of them. What thought is real?
Oh, you said real.
None of them are real.
They're
The
just
ones
thoughts.
you tell yourself that
They're
are
just
good,
thought- they're just
and the
thoughts.
thoughts that you tell yourself are bad,
They're just thoughts.
they're nothing more than thoughts. They're just going to imagine. They're part of the ether that's always going to be popping
But
up.
see, that's the thing too. You're constantly having thoughts.
Mhm.
You're probably having 8,000 or 9,000 thoughts a day.
I understand that, and it used to be I wasn't good enough. Quotation points. Add 1,000 ways to say that.
Oh.
However you can think of to say it, I
Oh.
guarantee you that thought came into my head.
Oh.
And after a certain point, I went, that's not true. It's not true because I know my worth now.
You convinced yourself
Not convinced myself. I've
that your
learned.
thoughts weren't
That they're not real.
exactly weren't true.
I understood that they're not real
Got you.
because it's back to the point of sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
At some point in my 30s, I was just like, what are you going to do? I literally have been at a point where I've been sleeping on a fucking floor because someone stole everything I had.
The mattress, everything.
No, well, not really. I just didn't want to take it with me.
Okay.
But someone stole my fucking plants. They stole like $5,000 worth of plants from me, which should have crushed me. If it wasn't for Double O and if it wasn't for Lou, it would have.
You'd have been in the
Yeah.
for real.
Without them people, I'd have been fucked.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I've also been at that point where it's like I've had literally nothing. I've been homeless. What are you gonna say? That's get the fuck out of here. Do you think you're gonna hurt my feelings anymore? Because it's not like unless you're taking swings.
Right.
Because that's another thing too. No words are ever gonna push me to the point where I'm gonna swing on you.
And they shouldn't.
They do to some people.
Yeah, well, that's people that have issues. When you start swinging, you have other issues bothering you.
He learned what he always heard wasn't the truth. Yeah, okay. Taking the context that I lost my mother at 10, and brother at 4, so like on top of that, I'm an introvert, so I internalize everything. Since I was a kid, I've always internalized it. Not to mention the fact that my father, anytime I externalized anything,
It was a problem.
it was a problem.
Uh-huh.
So it just meant keep it inside.
Right.
So everything became inside. Everything became me.
internal.
My problems. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. I'm not. That's where the lack of self-confidence came from.
Got you, yeah.
And at some point in my
Self-esteem.
30s, with the help of people in my life like Brian, who, and you and Lou,
Right.
because Lou is, I love Lou to death, but he's not a looker. But have you not walked in on him in his fucking underwear?
Yes.
Half close to his dick hanging out of his fucking shit?
I've seen him in his underwear, yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then Brian was my biggest thing, because my self-confidence had a lot to do with what I look like, because I put everything on
Yeah.
not being healthy and fat,
Yeah, yeah.
blah blah blah. And then Brian is actually infatuated with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I learned that I shouldn't worry about what people think about me, or I shouldn't be concerned about what I look like in a sense, because I'm not attracted to myself. So I have no idea if I'm attractive.
To other people.
Yeah. How can I understand my attractiveness if I look at a man, any man that looks like me, and I go, zip? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing there.
Right.
I'm looking at, but you look at, like, Brad Pitt, and it makes sense why.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like the girls
'Cause he's a
that
pretty
look
boy.
like, well, I like the girls that are in the same shape as Brad Pitt. You get my point?
Gotcha.
Not understanding that everyone's concept is different.
They're different.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, always inside. It's just me, never thinking about the fact that everyone else is doing the same thing I'm doing.
Right. All the outside influence.
Yeah, it's
What other people are
it's
doing.
what are people gonna think about me? And now I've learned that no one's ever gonna think about me, because I'm not fucking Drake, for one. So no one gives two shits. For two, everyone is just like I am, and they're thinking about what the fuck they're thinking about in their own head.
In their own heads.
And it has,
That's exactly right.
and it took me a long time to learn that.
That's exactly
Because I
right.
had to shut down the wrong thoughts that were constantly telling me the opposite. Even though they're not technically floating to the top, they're still there.
They're still there.
And they're still influencing how I'm thinking, in every sense, and my insecurities and shit like that. Oh yeah, I know she was. It was definitely because I lost the one person that actually cared about me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At a
it
young
took me
age.
Till I was 37 years old until I found someone. No, 38 years old until I found someone that actually was on that level.
That level, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I had to learn that I didn't need that. I don't need her to be happy.
Right.
I want her. I love her. I need her in my life.
I'm glad she's here, but...
But at the same time, when she passes, I'm not going to kill myself.
Right.
I don't think I will.
Life goes on. Life goes on.
You know?
Until it doesn't.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it.
No, it's shit you can do about
I know. That's the crazy part. It's
Life
like,
is crazy anyway. It's like sleeping. What is up with sleeping?
dude, I'm telling you, man.
What's up with sleeping?
I'm
Sleeping
gonna
is
get it.
crazy.
It's missed opportunities.
Sleeping is a
you
crazy
seen
thing,
this?
man.
Lucid dreaming? I'm telling you.
Oh, but I've been thinking about this, man. And
Sleeping is a wasted opportunity. It's a time when you could do things.
Sleeping is. And why do we have to sleep?
Oh, because.
Or no, why do we have to sleep as long as we sleep?
Why do you have to fill the gas with car?
Fill the car with gas?
Yes. Why do you have to get oil
So-
changes?
Yes, so it'll run.
Because everything needs to be repaired. Everything needs time to shut off. There's not anything on this planet that just keeps running and running and running and running.
So there's no, what do they call it, a perpetual motion machine?
There is not yet. There might be one day.
Well, the Earth probably, the Earth isn't either, for that matter. I was going to say the Earth is it'll come to an end sooner or later.
Yeah, everything comes to an end. I mean, that's
the reality about everything. Everything changes. Rolling with the punches and
Everything changes, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's both. It changes, but it doesn't change. It's more like things change around it, but it stays the same. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the world. You know, the world is continuously turning, but things are changing on it all the time. We're like little insects, or you know.
We're little insects for sure. We're in a world that peoples.
I was looking at, I toured Uganda. I can't remember which city was in Uganda, and